Good evening, everyone. We are there at last. Sick. How are we all getting on?
We got there in the end.
Oh, there we are there. Change my overlay stuff so I don't get it in the way.
Okay.
There we go. So let's see obviously who's on track. I mean, the sun rose today. TD's out first.
Oh, that's a surprise.
Yep. But we have got a sprint race here in Baku, so short quali and 9-lap sprint race, followed then by the 50% at the end of it. Oh, the reason we're a little bit late to the party is we've been waiting for a code from some god, and in short, he's apologised. He says he'll take his 7 pings and leave with his face pointed towards the ground. So, apologies accepted.
Can do it on a Monday in future, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, they get that done early.
We'll join a 60-minute practice session.
Yeah. So there we go. That is then TD starting his lap. Let's go with tradition, follow TD around for the first one. A little bit wiggly through turn 1 straight away. Let's see. 2 looking okay. I'd say TD is usually the type to get a banker on the board, so. Okay, looking cleanish so far. Now coming towards that slightly complicated left-right kind of chicane, really. 5 and 6. Now onto this slow technical section now. Oh, TD's so close to the wall there through Castle. There we go. Looking a clean lap from TD this one so far. So, see, he's going to set the time to beat as always. See what he's got as he then comes through his flat out twisted section on here. And round onto the final straight. Gets the DRS active now. See him to the line, all of 217 miles an hour and a 141.6 being our first time on the board in quali. See who we've got next. Joseph Hale's next to the line. And doesn't manage to beat TD. 41.7 there. But gaggle of cars coming to the line now. And Prev going for 42.3. A lot of those have just started laps by the looks of it. We've got Deton in 4th, the 44.9. And John going top with a 41.3. So TD's time is looking quite quick from that there, as 10.10 just beats John and makes everyone look slow for a little bit. 40.8 there. There we go. Oh, yes. Saw that as I was going through there. Would have probably been on a cooldown, though, that one. That's the weirdest thing about that. Okay, Smaller Smiley coming in just behind Prev into 6th there. quite a bit of spread so far. Obviously, Asthma Frog's time isn't representative yet. Yeah, a fair spread in time so far.
Yeah, it's a very difficult track, this one. Easy to
A
get
few
it wrong.
variables involved. Got Aston Martin. Yeah, Joseph Hale's going through to the pits. But then that'll be Top Gun finishing a lap there. Coming through on that long run to the line. What's he got? Second place. And Richard follows him through as well. And there's Deflated. Three of the quickest cars all in one after another. Deflated wrapping the pad with a 40.9. Top Gun 41.0. Richard 41.2. So
Yeah, it's pretty
looking
even
quite close at the
on this
top.
track.
All of a sudden.
Between the wheel and pad, pretty even.
A lot of kind of right angled turns, which always help a pad.
Ooh.
At least if I'm holding it.
SMH gone straight on.
Oh.
Turn 1.
Straight on. Okay.
He's reserving tonight.
Yeah. Is that his first race?
No, he has done other races.
Okay.
And Adam's reserving the Red Bull as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'll be brutally honest, not best pleased with Adam.
Ooh.
After Sunday. He has got his comeuppance or lack of it from Joseph anyway. Let's see. The 18 tonight is decent. I was trying to figure out who we're missing for a second.
Well, the slab bus, he's got a habit of doing one race per season.
Then going for esports.
Yeah.
Let's see, we've got Ross finishing a lap. He got on 5th place. Pretty good and looking pretty close between them. We've got a lot less time to pack in a lot more runs on this one. And let's follow Mr. Wiggles round and see what he can produce. We've got the slipstream from Ross there. Teammate.
Ooh, the sprint race is wet.
Oh. Oh.
Thank you, TD, for that information.
Wet in Baku. Oh.
They did about 3 laps in practice, that was wet.
Yeah. Okay.
And this track is very tough in the wet.
Yeah, so I think it's tough in the dry.
100%.
I think I was probably 2 laps, lap and a half maybe, away from absolutely loving this track at the end of, or at the beginning of last season. Okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
Ooh.
You were very lucky.
I was volleyed. There we go, Wiggles to the line. Did look like he had a little bit of a wiggle out of the last turn, but wouldn't be Wiggles without it.
You did set a good time in practice, but I didn't get to see what it was.
7th place, so it kind of joins onto the back of that sort of lead group, really. So, of course, would have had better track conditions than obviously what TD would have had on his lap. Speaking of TD, let's see what he's doing. Looked a bit safer through the castle section than it did on the first flying lap there. That was invalidated coming out of the castle section. So no improvement on that particular lap for TD.
10's a 10th up.
Okay.
Just coming up to the
To
middle
extend
sector.
Extending the advantage through here. Let's see. 2/10 up through second.
Yeah, and he's running a very low downforce. That's for that.
Oh, getting detoned and yeah. There's a deton setup. Speaking of him, retires from session. Not going to do any better than 16th there. In 10-10. Well,
that's in castle, actually.
Oh,
No, it was the corner just before the castle section.
oh wow, 7.
Yeah.
Ooh. Let's see who we've got coming to the line. Try and predict it here. We've got Top Gun starting one. Got an Alpha Towery following through as well. Greg into, oh, yeah, Greg's into pits. Got McLaren on to start a lap as well. That's my Fog being followed by Adam.
I think Adam's being blocked.
I don't know if he's being blocked. It did come up 2/10 quicker on. Yeah, I think he probably is being blocked, to be honest. Did come up 2/10 quicker on the split though. It's almost at the kind of point of the track where the toe would have helped.
Yeah.
Let's see. Still improved.
Yeah, it did lose a lot of time behind it.
Right. Didn't look exactly quick from Asthma Frog there. I'll be honest. Out of the last, or out of the second to last turn, really, or meaningful turn at least. Definitely did look a little bit suspect.
Maybe he was just starting.
So Richard, what a lap, Richard! 40.3 coming to the line there. Brilliant lap. Deflated goes second. 40.4 there. Who's next? Cross. Let's see. I think there's a little bit of a race to the line going on in the midfield now. TD's in the pits. Going to come in for one more set. We've got the time. We have. Top Gun goes fourth. Next, got coming through. Next will be Prev to start a lap. See how Asthma Frog's lap finishes, and then we can try and catch up with Prev there. See exactly what goes with that. So Asthma Frog following the far wall to the line, which is weird, and he goes 12th.
Yeah, I've seen a few people do that.
Straight through at turn 1 as well. No brakes at all there. Greg is out that.
Lost his 2/10 up. Might get John.
Ooh, lots of traffic on the last
from his teammate
straight
here
loop.
as well.
Wiggles donating a toe. Very nice. They've got this pre-planned, haven't they? 5th there for Ross.
Definitely helps.
40.1,000
ahead of Joseph.
Beat me to it. Yeah. Incredible. Really. Top Gun will be coming back into the pits by the looks of that, or take another cooldown. Greg will be coming through to start one. What else have we got out on track? TD out on track as well. So obviously, as we are at the moment, it's Richard on provisional pole for the sprint.
Yeah, he's really improved a lot lately. It's great to see.
Last 2 or 3 races, he's been lethal. Saudi, I remember, brilliant drive.
Yeah.
Second. I say, I think.
Very
Dark horse to the
unpredictable. No assist.
dark horse to the championship, possibly. Go as far as to say, not for a commentator's curse or anything. Wiggles was not. I said it was 9/10 up through there. Wiggles could be challenging him.
Very capable.
39.9 from Wiggles.
Unbelievable.
Brilliant lap. What a lap that is. And the rest of the guys at the top have got a job to get that beaten now. That is a massive lap.
And it's very important to get pole with the wet sprint
Adam's
race.
retired. That's in pit. Is that? A couple of yellows, but it's like can't see a Red Bull in the way. So a couple of guys kind of starting laps, I think, by the looks of it. Let's see who we get come round first. It's going to be Smaller Smiley in the Ferrari. First up. Let's see. So 11th for Smaller Smiley. I mean, had a half decent first lap in the context, but might well be disappointed with that. Richard obviously starting one. TD is, oh yeah, Deflator is behind him. Session over for Top Gun.
3 temps up in sector 2.
Lovely.
This is going to be close.
Straight run to the line.
And he's running lower downforce as well, I believe. But you might have changed that for the sprint race.
See where he can put it. 3rd place. Same time as Richard.
Amazing.
Time for a fight in the Red Bull garage, or in the Mercedes garage there. See John to the line. What do we got there? 5th place for John. Again, that 2nd to 5th, you could throw a blanket over really there. Had Greg come in the Alpha Tauri there. We're going to have Joseph to the line here. 7th place for him there. Just squeezing out Ross for that there. SMH retires. Yep. We've then got Richard coming to the line, showing he was 3 tenths up through sector 2. What can he do here? Oh, improves but not enough, and Deflated coming through has only squeaked 3/100ths of a second out of the time. So we're going to have, barring a miracle, of course, and an illogical one at that, because Smaller Smiley's not on a hot lap. We have got Wiggles on pole for the sprint.
That's an amazing lap to get into the 39s.
Absolutely cracking lap. The only one to do so, what to say, for the 39s, as you said. That's off to Wiggles for that one.
Yeah, amazing lap.
Richard and 1010 was the 2nd and 3rd in the Mercedes there.
I think Richard actually improved in the end, didn't he? On a few attempts.
Yes, so say got a couple of got about 3/10, 2.5 tenths off it. And then so 10-10, let's say, obviously not needing to have a fight over the identical time in the garage, but we'll take third. But if he's running lower downforce, he's always going to have a better race car around here. They're going to have Deflated in fourth, John fifth, Top Gun coming in sixth place there. Seems a little low, but got a lot of lead contenders here tonight. Joseph Hales in seventh and Ross in eighth, and then we've got TD in the Alfa Romeo, who's flying the Pakistani flag tonight. And in ninth place, Greg in 10th, Prelip is 11th. And we've got Small Smiley Asthma Frog, Damon on that as well. Say, obviously, we did have Adam retire from that session, along with obviously Deton, and that guy didn't set a lap. So we'll be starting from the back. Now, how's our setup here? It's definitely damp.
Yep, this is not what they wanted to see.
No. Not one bit. Where are we going in terms of starting this one? Are we straight in, or are we break?
Probably like a couple minutes. I'm just sorting the setup. Probably put a bit of extra wing on the car.
Okay. I think Small Smiley's just put in the chat they go at 04. So got 3 minutes from now to have a little bit of a break. Obviously we'll get our five before the race as well. That'll give you a little bit of a time to give the feature driver a second attempt.
Are you doing a feature driver?
No, I'll give you a little bit of a time to attempt Richard again.
Oh, I think that's what messed my mic up last time, was because I had my phone next to my mic and it was so probably best not to do that.
I'll pull it up and ready for the race.
We've only got 6 people from the assist that have done feature drivers, so we've got plenty of time to do that.
Yeah. No assist lot. If you're watching, get your featured driver in. This is your reminder. Featured driver channel. Okay, so
Will be very interesting the first lap.
Josh is saying red flag or we riot. Not had one this season so far, and certainly not in
there's
NA.
a strong possibility this week we might see our first red flag.
Lovely. No. See how have we had a red flag at all, or is it?
No, not yet.
Not even AT2 have managed one.
I don't think any tier wants to be the first to bring out of there.
No. I thought we'd be in big danger in Australia the way things were going.
Yeah, it's very clean. Obviously, only 15 started, so that always helps.
Yeah. No, not as many to clean up afterwards. There we go. How's everyone getting on in chat? I can see they've got Steely, Johnny B, Joseph obviously is saying he's going to DNF the race.
Yeah, hello everyone in the chat. Hope it's a race that you enjoy. These drivers, they won't be enjoying these conditions.
No. Reading it back through, I know where. They stealing redeem the raid thing. Right. We're going to be straight in for the sprint race here, and we don't get formation lap now because of the glitch. So we are straight in, 5 red lights and gone, and Wiggles has got a good start. Richard's down the inside into the wall.
Ooh, Richard hit the wall.
Second place. That won't have helped at all in running in the wet here as we go through. And there's a bit of a pile up there. There's a Williams in the wall. That is Ross in the wall. Wiggles has streaked away here. Deflated has got part of Deflated and Top Gun both past the Mercedes duo. Richard, as I say, will have damage back there. I would imagine. He's going to be lucky if he hasn't. And there's a Ferrari in the wall back there as well, I can see. Smaller Smiley in the wall there. And Asthma Frog. Oh no, what's going on here? And this looks like every street track ever. It looks like a recreation of Macau, that one. Cars just piling into each other. We've got a VSC.
Which actually won't help because their tyre pressure will drop.
Yeah, let's say that's... If these guys haven't had a lot of wet running...
No, just 3 laps earlier.
I do not know how that is only called a VSC and all of that. Lots of carnage, and like I say, you pan back to that one. Smaller Smiley's now in 12th, having got through all that.
I think he has to change his wing now.
Let's see, and SMH has gone round under VSC. We are green again. SMH is round on there, and that was at 6. No, let's say 15. That one. So he's straight to the back house as well. So after a little bit of carnage on the first lap, which is always to be expected.
Deaton up 8 places to 9th.
Is there?
Greg into the pits to change his wing.
SMH retires there. Okay. Right, in saying obviously VSC again. I think SMH is actually retired on track by the looks of that. I think that was retired in turn 15, that one. Turn 16, sorry, the next one. So that is, well, a second VSC that we've got. I think SMH being a slightly naughty boy and retired on track.
So he didn't crash out then, though.
I mean, it's on track, it's possible. Possibly could have crashed out, but it was actually at turn 16. So you're usually doing quite well to crash on the apex of turn 16. Now here we go, we're green again.
And Tenta's jumped to deflated way.
Adam is off at 3. Yes, Tenten has jumped him. Good start there with Deflated looking to stick to the back.
I can't tell you how difficult these conditions are. With no assist.
I'll always say again, they're difficult enough with the assists we get on there. In the assist tiers. Damon is out of the session, has left the session. So you need to get back in. So Wiggles, fastest lap. 2 minutes 05, obviously with the VSC interruption. 10-10 obviously still third place, being closely followed by both Deflated and John. Richard has kept on track with the yellow somewhere, and I think that's going to be at turn 1. Richard is not kept on track. Commentator's curse for Richard there.
Yeah, I think he's running, always gone straight on again.
Yeah, I do wonder whether that is badly damaged, that one. I'm still wondering whether that might be turn 1 related.
Yeah,
that
I think
one.
he's carrying. I think he's hoping for safety car.
Yeah. I think it's the point he does need to give up. Deton and Smaller Smiley both down the runoff at turn 3. Richard then obviously getting to place back. Let's get those. I would presume that they have tangled between them. They've obviously got a little bit of a... There's Adam retiring in pit, and actually in pit this time. A little bit of a queue forming behind 1010, and Top Gun has made a good amount of time on Wiggles as well. Oh, drifting it through turn 15 there. It's Top Gun.
1010 could be carrying a little bit of front wing damage.
Trying to think where he would have
I think just
got that. Oh, sliding.
a couple of corners back, I think.
And that's Prev, I think, and that guy are together and not entirely in one piece there. It's turn 15 catching people out there as Deton been taken by Richard. Turn 15 is definitely catching people.
The Top Gun is flying. No pan.
So that's how caught up to Wiggles really, really quite quickly, and we'll just need to try and keep there and bide his time, really. Deflated may or may not have a chance, but oh, 1010, that was maybe a little bit naughty, that one. Deflator's gone to the inside for turn 3. Had a look. Not managed to consider it more than that. Going to try and keep on 1010 and see if we can capitalise on that lack of downforce through here. This is where the train starts to form. Joseph Hales is joining up to the back of these as well. Obviously knows that no sane person is going to try and attack him through this next part. We'll just look to keep it on the road.
Should be pretty easy to get the intermediates to the end.
Absolutely, it's for 9 laps. That's a one-stopper quite easily, isn't it? Really, Top Gun's just dropped back a little.
Yeah, you don't have the pit and the sprint.
So
that's probably why people retired in the pits, really.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's always chaos around Baku, but it's probably that kind of thing of if you do pit in something like this, unless something dramatic happens, you're going to end up with a back 3 or 4 start. Deflated did look like it was catching 1010, but just not enough into turn 1. So the train extends back to Joseph Hales now.
Oh, John into the back of the deflated way.
See
and that
him on the
might
inside.
give Joseph a chance. Oh, he's going for it.
Going for it. Wheel to wheel through turn 3. Both survive. Joseph 3. Oh, not yet though. John to the inside of turn 4. A little bit of wheel banging going on there. Joseph very close up against the wall. Joseph keeping the inside then into the 5-6 chicane. Runs himself a little bit deeper into there, but should cut off John's line and see that out for another lap.
Very good racing.
Absolutely. I'd say you've got to be a good racer there. It's on board with John kind of drifting it out in turn 7 there. But had to be very, very good racing around here, otherwise at least one person's getting dumped in the wall. So, ooh. Later looked like he might have hit the wall there.
Yeah, he definitely did.
That looked suspect. This battle now extends as far back as Ross. in stages, really. I know Joseph and John had their little battle going on, but say Joseph and John keeping going as well. John, I would assume, running less wing on that car. Small Smiley has just taken. Deton, I think, is round there. So, we're going to keep with John and Joseph for now. I think John has a little bit of wiggle off of turn 1. Joseph keeps 5th place there. Smaller Smiley's out. That is a full safety car.
Wow.
And that is bits and pieces of Ferrari strewn across the track there. Just see it as it spawns out. A full safety car.
It could be two laps, maybe even 1.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, TD is closing the gap on Joseph and John I had as well.
Yeah, like I say, he was pulling it in as they fought over 5th and 6th.
Very impressive.
He's generally kept with them well, definitely. But, anyone from that guy downwards, congratulations, welcome back to the race. This is your ticket into this one. Fresh inters will be about 6-10 going, says Josh, if someone pits now. So I don't think any of the back runners have come in. Deton has come in though. Deton might have a chance if they can catch up around the rest of the lap.
It might just delay the safety car coming in by 1 lap.
I mean, the safety car isn't actually going to pick them all up until what is then lap 7 anyway, so they've got to only have 1 lap behind, actually, with the leaders following it. Let's see what the leaders do. I'd imagine they'd all stay out. It's a little bit silly pitting at this point. It's a little bit silly bringing yourself into the pits at this point if you are challenging for what could be a win or what could be a little bit of a better sort of point scoring position in the sprint race. We've still got cars all the way through the track. I'd imagine probably down to Greg would catch up. But Prev might have to get a bit of a move on.
That guy and Richard into the pits. Richard got damage.
Wow. Richard, I mean, this is what he was waiting for, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
New front wing. So, Greg has taken that guy in the pits. Obviously, and Richard as well.
Yeah, points for top 8.
And Trevor's in as well. Okay. Saying we haven't got time to pit. Small Smiley, you'll see in the chat there. Ask what happened. Small Smiley. What happened? Apart from car hit wall.
Be interesting to see how people do going from a wet race to a dry race.
I imagine it'll suddenly be a bit more cautious.
Yeah.
Might ruin the spectacle a little bit.
They always used to struggle adapting.
So safety car is in, and we've got a top 8 race. So we've got a race for the points going on between the top 8. Can't see Asthma Frog really catching or anyone around them there. Whilst obviously the car might be lovely and drivable for the next few laps or so, this is just a little bit of wet practice for these guys. At the back, got the top 8, you can lob a blanket over them. Wiggles, tries to get the restart.
This could be mayhem.
Gone. It's gone. Follow him there. I think Top Gun has been caught napping a bit there. We've got battles all over the shop here. TD and Ross, I think, have changed places there. TD is on the outside of turn 1, but Ross has got him through the inside there. TD will look to get him back. All filing, single file through turn 2. All 8 of them.
That was brilliant restart from everyone.
Yeah, nice and clean. Fresh and clean. And for the rest of them, that's my Frogs up to 9. Well, that was a little bit of a clip on the wall, I think, from the house there, John. That's, let's see. Got here, TD at the back of this particular group. Having a half a look at Ross, I think, into turn 5. We'll watch them all, all through, single file again. Through to the castle section. Wiggles looks like it's trying to get away. That guy and Asthma Frog are having a little bit of a ding-dong, and that is Deton off to the runoff area. Turn 3 again for Deton. Proving the point at which he comes unstuck. So we have Wiggles leading from Top Gun, from 1010, Deflated, Joseph, John, Ross and TD all in that kind of lead group. TD starting to be dropped, I think, a little bit by this, by Ross now. All it takes is one slight error. You've got a car in front of you on the wall. So on to the final lap of this one.
John might have a little look on Joseph down at turn 1.
Joseph is defended. See what sort of run John gets and see whether he can have a go at turn 2. Ross, I think, was having a look there through turn 2 as well. Richard takes fastest lap. See, the pace was in there. Just needed a new front wing. And there's Ross down to the... Oh, again having a half a look at Ross, or John there was Ross.
He did think about it, but then he just thought he lived for another day.
Let's finish this one.
Yes, a good pace to start for the next race. Top 8.
Deflated, pretty much hanging off the back of 1010 through this section, as he just done for most of the race. So close to that castle wall. That wall in the castle section, the Leclerc wall. Deton's through the runoff in turn 2 now. See how this all unfolds in the last part of the lap. And Ross is round. Ross has just had a half spin. This is TD's chance. We'll drag it down to the line, these two, I would imagine. But Ross, TD looking like he's kicked the back end out a little bit. And this might be the most likely position change. TD. Whoa. Oh. Looked like he had a little bit of a shake on and hit the wall on the way in. So he threw the line. Wiggles takes the win. Top Gun second, 1010 third, and then Deflated, Joseph, John there. And Ross out drags TD to the line for 7th place. TD takes 8th. That guy threw in 9th, making a good effort, obviously recovering some time there. Richard with the fastest lap through in 10th. Avasma Frog taking 11th. Greg 12th, Prev 13th, obviously, and then when Deton eventually comes round, having 14th there. But wow.
Congratulations to everyone there, really. Yeah, I mean, that's very, very hard in those conditions.
Absolutely. I'd say that's well, Baku's always a bit of a fun one when it comes to any sort of racing anyway, but like I say, the wet weather made that really so much better in terms of a challenge for the drivers.
Some exceptional racing there.
Absolutely. So John and Joseph had a really nice kind of battle in there, definitely. I know obviously a couple of guys have crashed out in that one. But overall, after the Macau-like first 2 laps, we are there. And we've got Wiggles with the 8 points going into the race there. TD looks like he's owned up in chat on something there. Gonna leave that one to the imagination. So we say Wiggles, Top Gun, and 1010 obviously taking podium places on those. Rounding out the points deflated, Joseph, John, Ross, and TD. Say TD by 0.08 of a second. Obviously being out dragged to the line by Ross. That's... oh gosh, TD. Oh no. Was that when he went out? Right. So the race will start at 31 minutes past 8. So we are kind of on course for our usual sort of timing really on that one.
Yeah, the sprint races, they tend to finish earlier than when we do full quality.
Absolutely. So, let's see, where was our link to Bitch Driver? There we go. I think whilst it's on our mind, I'll quickly run through Featured Driver, and we'll redo
Nice.
Richard's Featured Driver, being that Padge obviously Padge had some worries with the mic on the last one, so...
oh, cheers. I don't know if it's been alright tonight. I've kind of had that.
We'll hope it is.
I've not been on my phone, so...
Okay. Let's see. So, we've got Richard on there as our featured driver that we attempted to do last week. So Richard is 23 and lives in Germany at the moment there. So obviously he has by the flag on there. So as an occupation, Richard is a student and is an ice hockey player in the highest league in the Netherlands. So kind of a professional going on there.
That's pretty cool.
Hobbies and interests. The hobbies and interests, we've got Formula 1, golf, tennis and volleyball. And Richard is a wheel user and has Thrustmaster, TS, XW, Racer and open wheel. Now, his favourite driver is Max Verstappen. And best track so far on this game is put down as Qatar. Well, I guess it's been kind of
sweating
lapping that one a few times. I know a lot of people have sweated Qatar, myself included. Okay. And as racing strengths, it's put down race pace, strategy, tyre management, clean racing, and not crashing. I mean, usually is right. probably a bad time to really say it with obviously the sprint there. Yeah, put it in a wall a little bit, but lap 1 is lap 1 and all that. And season 5 goals. That is, he wants to win and get some podiums some races, basically. So, we kind of in there, but so hasn't put an interesting fact on. And that side of things, obviously, they can have a few that might or might not have an interesting fact on the featured driver a little bit later on, and there might be some good surprises with that there.
Yeah, will be interesting.
Lovely.
See what
Lovely
strategies people choose.
Will certainly be. It'll be fun to watch. Let's say this one.
Oh, it always is, isn't it, for this race?
I'm glad I'm watching and not racing. Not until Sunday, at least.
Shall I be getting some treats in for Sunday, Chelsea?
Oh,
You're gonna deliver.
I think I don't know if it's Joseph doing the Stewards report next week or whether it's 10:10, but I would suggest getting some snacks.
I'll see what I can do. And get yourself some drink in case it doesn't go well.
Oh dear. The case of Budweiser outside. How much of it will still be outside by the end is another matter.
Doubtful.
So we are on here, 5 red lights on. We don't obviously get that countdown, but we are away for the feature race proper on here. Wiggles obviously hasn't got as good a start as Top Gun. Top Gun looks to send it, but hasn't been brave enough. Wiggles goes in around the outside there. Looking obviously back through there. 10:10 has kept third place. Got John sending it to the inside, try and keep hold of the position with Ross, but Ross looks like he's got him round turn 2. Through to turn 3 now. Looking at what we've got, is there anyone going for a move? Anyone brave enough to send one? We've got John having a look. That guy has stapled himself to the back of John there, so definitely a good driver to keep up with, but all nice and clean and not a lot of position changes through this one so far. Looking through the field.
All pretty clean so far.
Very clean indeed, like I say. Maybe I've all just heard the slight scolding about Macau and decided to take that as a hint, but all good, all clean, and dare I say, a little bit of a boring first lap, but for these guys, that's what they've been aiming for. Boring, but keeping them in a straight line. Okay, that's my Frog and Deton. Is Deton round? Might have had a little bit of a worry there, but he's been taken by Asthma Frog SMH. Yeah, I think Deton is going backwards at a rate of knots there. You wonder whether he's got the setup right for this one. Wiggles obviously takes the fastest lap here. Obviously the mix of tyres we've got on there, obviously mediums and hards really between a lot of them. Richard takes TD down into turn 1.
Yeah,
and Richard obviously still fighting it. He's got it covered on TD there.
Mr. Wiggles opting for the medium.
Yeah, say. The rest of the top 4 going hards, but the Wiggles will be looking to use that advantage now. I think obviously for most of the rest of the season he has been on the hards first. And we've had a safety car kind of brought out around the midpoint, and that's halfway compromised him. He's not in Saudi Arabia because he won it, but kind of makes you think twice. I think with the medium, often you can go one way or the other. Okay. If you have an early safety car, you can hang it out to a soft tyre. If you have one that's sort of earlier and, you know, sort of in the early to mid stage of the race, you can put a hard tyre on, or obviously if your tyres do wear up, like I know mine certainly do.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. Starting on medium for that reason. Early safety car.
Absolutely. I say, just gives you options, I tend to find. SMH and Small Smiley obviously are having a little bit of a go back there.
Yeah, that was a great pass on
Let's
Semi.
see, we've got deflated to the, obviously, all defending from Joseph there. Joseph takes the outside line, keeps it in, wins the place. Fourth for Joseph Hales, but deflated, yeah. Gives it up, isn't far enough alongside to go into turn 2 and is at risk. Oh, wow. What's there? Is deflated going to have a look at getting this position back? He's not. And we have a yellow as Asthma Frog.
Yeah.
Has had an accident. Let's see what we've got. I was just trying to keep a little bit closer through here. I think, see, Ross has joined onto the back of the Joseph Hales deflated wee battle.
Deaton gets ahead of Damon into 15th.
Okay. Just trying to watch through really on the front here, but it will get off. Obviously, it will start to get a little bit silly in and around pit stops. We'll know that at least. I feel like until somebody makes a slight mistake, and that might be that one. Adam's come off. Back on there though. Until somebody makes a little bit of a mistake, you can't really see a whole lot changing. I think that guy's having a go at John there. To the inside and gets the move done before turn 1. He's running a slightly lower wing, that guy. I was expecting a race a little bit like this, I'd imagine. Just carving through the pack quite nicely. To 7th there. There's good progress from the back of the grid at the sprint there. Damon takes SMH.
John looking to pass that guy.
Needs to take that 7th place back. Managed it.
Good move.
Nice. Nicely done. Nice and cleanly done. That guy will want to get that done a bit more convincingly next time round, I'd imagine. I think there's potential there if that is a slightly lower downforce setup. And that's Top Gun off. Top Gun's off. Top Gun is off at turn 7, the tight right-hander.
Oh, he'll be kicking himself.
Oh dear. That's a big one. And Smaller Smiley's backwards as well. Same sort of thing. Turn 7 again. That's such an odd one.
Doesn't normally make mistakes that often. Is Top Gun.
No, I say I do what else. That guy's through on John. Out of turn 15.
Oh, he's gone in back.
See, there will be a DRS entitlement here, though.
It's very unpredictable on brakes on this track, though.
Can go either way, really. It's Adam round at 15 again. And John obviously takes the position back under DRS from that guy. The position now being 6th place that they're racing for, with Top Gun having gone backwards there.
Ross has just passed the flayed weight.
Place for Ross there. It's a good return already. Deflated looking for it. Not quite. Damon and SMH are having a little bit of a
Oh, Richard's made a mistake.
Oh, okay. Off, but that looks like turn 3, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Here we go. Now the errors are creeping in. SMH, I think, is going backwards a little bit. Smaller Smiley takes him through turn 3.
Adam Pitts instead of Hards.
Well, I think he's been around a few times, so I think it just makes sense, really, to slap the hards on and pray for a safety car now. Just see how far you can go. Nothing really to lose now. Deflated. Still trying to cling on to Ross, and then the DRS, there's a chance this might get done into turn 1. Keeping with it through the helicam. Twisting and turning through that left, and then the fast right. Slight right-hander down there. Slipstream already causing an effect there. And DRS is open for Deflated. And through Deflated goes nice and easily there, Ross. I think in that situation, sitting duck. That one. As you tend to be on the DRS zones around here. Also got Joseph attached to the back of 1010. 1010 goes way to the inside to try and defend that. He's not going to stand a chance. Joseph through to second place.
Kind of waved him through there.
Yeah.
But he is on
maybe
the
a little bit on the
tyre
mediums.
at the moment.
Maybe 1010's trying to hang those hard tyres out for softs later on. Speaking of softs, SMH has decided he's going to be the first this race to run those. Richard obviously has also been in as well. Yeah, I think for Richard, along with for Adam, really, it's going to be a matter of just hanging them out and seeing how far you can get them, really, those hard tyres. Putting them on this early. We've now got a little bit of a queue developing between Joseph, or behind Joseph now. As Mr. Wiggles pulls away, he's already pulled 5.5 seconds in 6 laps of running, which is impressive. The rest of them, down to that guy in 7th, got a queue for me.
The mediums don't last very long though around here on this track, so
could start to burn up. Ross is down. Ross is down the order. Ross is off in the runoff.
Oh,
at turn 1.
Turn 1, yeah.
Oh, and that's a AlphaTauri in the wall. That's Prev heading back towards the pits. I think there. I think there's a high risk of disqualification. To be honest, that one. I think he's reset. I don't know whether he or the game has reset him there, but that's a little bit of a naughty boy manoeuvre. Oh, and 1010 is round. Turn 3. Turn 3. You just pan to 1010, and all you see was that's the VSC. All you see is 1010 and just sort of backing into the wall. I hope that's not another rear wing damage moment for 1010.
Was that before VSC or after?
I think that's caused it. Oh, there's no front wing on the gaff.
Oh, no front wing.
No front wing on the thing.
Oh dear.
I wonder because obviously he was very much in with Joseph. Whether something has happened over a dispute over a racing line in that one. We were busy watching Prev doing a slightly naughty boy manoeuvre, allegedly. And SMH has taken a drive through. Joseph, I think, has really had the shakes out of that final meaningful turn. The other one to get a drive through was Prev. Oh, wow! It's deflated in the wall. Deflated is in the wall in the flat section.
Wow. That could be a safety
no front wing on the gaff again. He'll be joining 1010 in the pits.
Yeah, and they both might have to pit again if they put medium tyre on.
They are. They will be doing well to hang a hard set of tyres to the end of the race. I'll say that much, but that is a big, big drop from deflated there. Ross has been taken by TD. TD getting his own back for the sprint, but not quite. Ross then has taken him back off of turn 1. TD's looking for a better exit. See what he can do. TD with the DRS is through. He's ahead on track there. Gets it done. Oh, has clonked the wall though.
Soft tyre on. Oh, so I don't know if you meant to do that.
Maybe a 2-stop for 10-10 there. But TD has just clonked the wall. I don't know whether there'll be damage on that one. Looked like it kind of pinballed back onto Ross there as well. And 10-10, I think, is going backwards again. 10-10 is in that same wall again. Looks like at least he might have a front wing this time. But he's backwards into the wall on the exit of turn 3 again. And this is going from bad to worse for 10-10. Just needs to try and keep himself in the race.
Yeah,
keep him going.
And
if there's not too much damage on that car, just smash a few qualifying laps out on those soft tyres.
A lot of people are struggling.
Switch back going on from Richard on Damon here. It's a smart one there from Richard. Got to admire that. Absolutely set Damon up there. Set him up a treat out of turn 12. Really, really well done, that one. And we've got that guy and John with each other's company there. 10-10 gets Asthma Frog. And that's SMH, I think, off at... Where are they there? Turn 5. And there is John down the inside of that guy. He's taking 3rd place there. Plated is taking small smiley. Damon, I think, is off. No, Damon's in the pits. 10-10 was he just trying to pull his way back up the field there. Prev, I think, has come through and served that drive-through penalty. SMH has still got that one to come yet as well. We have another yellow, and that is another Mercedes and Ferrari there. Ferrari, smaller smiley. Richard Scott was on top of it at the time. But now there is incident. Now there is a lot of incident.
Yeah, the tyres are overheating now.
Everything's wearing out. And for these guys, it's now survival. Still have Wiggles trying to extend that lead. It's reached 6 seconds now. SMH retires in pit. Disappointing, really, for SMH, that one.
Yeah, it didn't have much preparation.
Deflated takes Deton. Through that last meaningful corner of turn 16. I think that SMH just can't back out.
Up in 6th place.
Certainly is. As I say, he's managed to keep Ross at bay as well quite nicely.
Keeping it clean.
Say that. And the game has just stopped SMH's car on track at that amount of pits. That stopped just before turn 2. The game will get rid of that. There we go. Slightly settling down, but we are kind of approaching the regularly scheduled pit window there. As we've then got Adam in a wall.
Yeah.
As well, minus a front wing, which does look an awful lot like what he was doing 2 days ago as well.
But Deaton's lost it now as well. It's gone straight on.
It's all positions for 10-10 as he comes through.
Yeah,
make that a lot easier, but
everyone had its heads. It's a mistake.
Yeah, it's like it's a curse. It's like, you know.
You won't mind?
shouldn't be ahead of this man. As the the Red Sea is parting, and he's walking right through. Up to 11th there, after having left the pits and then gone round in turn 3. Adam has come in and retired in the pit.
Yeah.
Decided that front wing is one front wing too many for him over the course of this week.
Nice one for trying though.
Yeah, that guy taking the DRS advantage, using it well, getting past John will need to spot the exit well off of turn 2. John is hanging off his backside there. And I can't see any way that that guy is going to defend this. Deflated, obviously comes through on Ross. Ross in the pit. 10 laps. And he's given up on those mediums. It's a hard tyre for Ross. See John, let's say. That guy didn't really fight it down in towards turn 3, and rightly so. Ross has managed to get himself some nice clear air to out and pump some laps in on those hards. That's pretty ideal for him there. Nearest car is Asthma Frog at 6 seconds back. And Damon having a little bit of a donut session in the runoff of turn 1. That looked a little bit hot in there from John through turn 15. That popped the wall a little bit, I think, out of there. And I'm going to say, I do think turn 15 is such a stupidly designed corner anyway. I think if there was one corner I could completely nuke on this calendar, it would be that. As we've then got 3 trying to go into it. 2 Mercedes, both getting past Greg. 10-10, I think, will then take Richard for the next one. And Wiggles is in the pits.
Yeah, Greg was like, leave me alone.
Yeah, didn't want any of it.
He was like a Mercedes sandwich there.
Yeah. I know. So Wiggles, he's out.
A fantastic first stint, Mr. Wiggles.
Absolutely was. Let's say very, very good there. I've got 10-10. See, through on Richard into 8th place. We've got Smaller Smiley's done it again. Smaller Smiley's done it again.
No.
Same place.
Oh,
Safety
no.
car.
Safety car, oh my god.
And it's that same wall again. The front wing has landed in the same place. History repeats itself for Smaller Smiley.
And
the full safety car that is going to play right into the hands of the likes of Joseph and that guy right
Mr.
now.
Wiggles just pitted as well.
So for him and Ross, that is unfortunate. Now that's my Frog, and Prev managed to dive into the pits early enough.
That's happened to Mr. Wiggles this season, actually, I can remember.
Just
understeered
really nice into that barrier. That's Smaller Smiley. Unlucky, let's say. You know how very easy it is to do.
So I think everyone will be in now. I think even 10-10 might come in for the mediums.
I think it's a good time for 10-10 to come in. I definitely think that
Richard might lose a couple of places a little bit.
Yeah. Richard, I think, could struggle. That's a debate for him now. The top 3 are all in. I would have also come in if I was John, so that is fair. But I do think this is going to probably help towards the end of the race. The guys who started on the mediums. Wiggles has obviously stayed out, naturally. It's just come in for those hard tyres, but still gets through in the lead. Joseph Hales out in second, and John, that guy, and Top Gun, the TD. Again, a nicely timed safety car for him there.
Richard just prodded back a little bit there.
But Deflated, I don't think he's going to be too happy if they can't get his teammate out of the way quick enough. Just had to wait a little bit for them to get ready. Deflated's gone for soft, so he's going to end up through again. 10 penalty onto a new set of mediums.
And Greg did jump Richard in a bit.
Yeah, so Richard with the double, effectively double stacking.
Yeah.
Was always going to hurt. Trevor's through again. I assume probably taking some mediums and running those to the end. But for Mr. Wiggles as well, that is a nigh on 6.5, 7 second gap that has just gone. I'll have to do it all again on a safety car restart.
Joseph can be a bit feisty on the restarts.
Nothing like the nothing like A22 feisty though, surely.
No, that's where you learn all that stuff from, you know.
And that was a distinct one of, I think it was probably one of the only safety car restarts I didn't lead in that race. I can remember there being the pile up in.
Oh yeah, under the safety car.
Yeah.
That was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
I restarted about 3 times on that old set of hards. Hopefully for these drivers, not as much of that chaos going on.
Interesting that to play. We put the soft tire on, so he'll have to pit
I
again.
think he'll be back. He'll be back in.
And Richard.
That is him and Richard and Deaton, I think, will all be back in, so will Prev.
That's very interesting.
If they run those for 13 laps, I will eat my hat.
Oh, don't worry, you won't be eating any hats.
No. I think the tyres would blow up. Damon's in again. I think he's got a set of mediums to put on. So obviously pretty much everyone bar Damon and Prev lined up behind the safety car now. Damon's coming for a set of softs as well. He was on 4-lap old hards. That's really bizarre. A lot of drivers down there preferring soft by the looks of it.
Wow.
No. People taking a chance on safety cars breed safety cars, that kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, you can always get another safety car after the restart.
Maybe they're hoping safety car will breed a red flag and then they don't have to lose time to change the tyres. But
John's in a great place here on the medium.
definitely him, Top Gun and TD are going to need to be absolutely on it. I think TD might well be safe from Ross depending on the restart he gets. Ross having a couple of laps extra on those hards as well. But I can see John doing well. It's going to be a good battle up there for that first sort of lap or two. It's with him, with that guy, with Joseph and Wiggles as well. I think we'll all be in it. Top Gun, obviously, we know will be in and around.
So we're just waiting for the cars at the back to catch up.
So here we are. So yeah, it's just should be going again next lap, I'd imagine.
Car's coming in again.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to put medium on.
Mm-hmm.
Might have just been a misclick on the strategy.
Yeah, Damon's in as well again. I think the safety car could be a bit longer again now.
I still think he'd be in this lap. I know, I never said that. It's interesting.
Wow. Just trying to eke them out, I think.
Yeah. And that wing change for Damon.
Oh, okay. That would have been one that they wouldn't have input on that then.
I still think the safety car come in. That's the end.
Yeah. So I think there's only so long we can wait for them. So Prev and Damon at the back have done 3 stops there each. Deflated and 10-10 along with Richard have both done 2 stoppers. The rest have all done 1. In terms of our winners in position, that guy has obviously jumped up 5 places from 9th on the grid there. Looking to pull a Lewis Hamilton at Brazil, I think, with this one. And started from 18th and last on the sprint race. As he coming downwards, you obviously have had 10-10 with a couple of trips into the wall via back wing at turn 3. Deflated obviously has come down as well with a bit of a plonking of the wall through the fast section of 17, 18 and 19 there. Safety car is in for this lap. I'll be able to get some racing going again. Wiggles then takes the pace as Burnt Mylander peels into the pits. And just how soon will he go, knowing what is behind him there? When will it be from the Williams driver? Follow Joseph there. And he's gone. Wiggles is gone. And the Stampede rushes down to turn 1 again. We've then got Joseph defending on the inside from John. Asma Frog, I think, has been taken by Prev there. Prev obviously on those new softs. Ross down the side of TD, and I think Deflated is with TD there as well. Deflated crawling all over the back of both TD and Ross that can't find a way through. 10-10's going to look for a way through though. TD gets down the inside of Ross, takes back that 6th position. Deflated is still crawling all over the back of Ross though, as is 10-10 and Richard. Both of those keeping a keen interest in this. Deflated to the inside of turn 5. Gets the move done on Ross there. 10-10 is also now hanging off the back of the Williams. Decided against going for it into turn 7, quite rightly so. As we then file through the castle section. Breathless restart there in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, everyone keeping it clean again.
Clean but good racing, definitely. Deflated on those softs, will be looking to use them to his advantage. But we'll need to power out of the way of TD and quickly. We've got yellow. And that is a McLaren. That's that guy. That's that guy's round. That is
saying how well you do it.
Gutting. That guy could have been on for a win. Without a shadow of a doubt, he was in the hat there.
10-10 with a good run on Ross.
So got deflated through there. Ross has been going backwards on those slightly aged hard tyres now.
Yeah, there's nothing Ross can do about that.
No. So, even before the DRS kicks in, 10-10 is always going to be much more rapid down there. And again, with the lower downforce, going to have a chance at TD on the inside here. No contest again, really, that one. It's a good recovery from 10-10 this. TD will obviously look to keep with him for as long as he can, but I think in reality, the latter will to keep Ross behind and Richard on there as well. It's 10-10. He'll let him go. Let's see what on track here. So John and Joseph are close together. That could be interesting when we do get the DRS zone active on next lap. See what they can do. Loving this helicam shot through here, but John is closing up, and I don't think he's going to need DRS. No contest again over Joseph Hales as he come down to turn 1 really there. DRS is enabled, so Joseph will have it up the back straight. Deflated takes 43.4 as race fastest lap. Ross and Richard changing places back there. Ross is onto the inside going towards turn 2. Oh, could be close. Richard hit the wall. Done exactly what he did on lap 1, turn 1 of the sprint. Deflated there, and Top Gun now playing with each other there. Deflated in the wall as well. A lot of little clonks in the wall now. I wonder as tyres start to get a bit warm and a bit too warm. They might be. Throwing drivers back in the walls there.
Yeah, it's one of the hardest tracks, this one.
You just think the no, some of the tyres might be going off. Ross and TD again on there. Ross would have taken TD through turn 7 there. And we've got a yellow for Asthma Frog. It looks like it's heading off at 7 again. That has been a surprisingly challenging corner tonight.
Yeah, it really has.
Seen a lot of people off there. We've got John is right on the back of Wiggles here. On that softer compound than Wiggles. And we'll have DRS to try and catch up. Lap fresher on the softer compound. It's close to DRS very early there, John.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Wiggles to keep John behind.
Reality, I can't see him keeping it, but there we go. Clean out of turn 2. That guy takes D-ton down the straight. John having a look, but nothing doing there really.
Oh, Greg's gone straight on.
Straight at turn 2.
Just locked up.
That's dropped him there. It's dropped him because he was in. Obviously, just in the points, I believe, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. I think he was 10.
And TD's out.
Oh,
TD's out.
TD's retired.
That's gonna. I can't see where that'll have happened. I can try and catch it. Looks like that might have happened on the runoff of 4.
Could well be.
Couldn't see it on the feeds.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah. Damon just went by it.
Ah.
Oh, TD was having such a great race.
Yeah, no. What on earth has gone on there? There are a couple of drivers who have wanted a safety car out of that.
Unlucky.
No, that was honestly to that point. It was a brilliant race really from TD. Or been really, really good. We've got John challenging Wiggles, going for a lead. We're going to have a lead change here. John thrashes it up the inside.
And Top Gun on deflated as well.
Deflated, I think, has lost 2 positions there because he's also lost out to 10-10. Wiggles obviously is going to try and keep with John. Don't think I've had the traction out of turn 2 to be able to do it. It's close enough to smell him, but not close enough to make a move.
Top Gun very early on the brakes there. Tanton had to try and avoid him.
That's my Frog, I think, in the runoff.
A bit deflated
there a little bit.
He's just got to try and get the tyres to the end.
Yeah, that's going to be a fight. Those ones doing 13 laps on those softs. Might have to try and find a hat. Yellow in there. I think that's
John into the lead.
Yeah, let's say he kept hold of that obviously through the lap there. Wiggles is still within DRS, so that will obviously help. But we'll need to be wary of Joseph coming from behind now as well. Does look like he's catching. Oh, 10-10. Looking at Top Gun for 4th place, and he's managed to get that there.
It's been a great comeback.
Absolutely has. It was see, very, very good recovery there indeed from 10-10. Next up on the radar, 3.5 seconds up the road, just under there is Joseph Hales for a podium.
Could end up.
He was 16th not so long ago.
Yeah, could end up. Yeah, on the podium, or even second.
So, see what he can do. Then was the Asper Frog into the pits? Had a couple of offs there, so possibly a new set of tyres, that one I would imagine. Have a look and see exactly how far we can see exactly how far TD can, or how far 10-10 can make up in terms of Joseph there. Didn't need a big push, and this is going to be where he's going to find most of the time, I think, just down these straights. Deflated, looking at the back of Top Gun there. Nothing really doing on this one by the looks of it though. Still having a little bit of a look, but isn't going to really dive down the inside. I think it's again just being slightly preservative really with those soft tyres. Deflated, but he's doing well to keep with Top Gun, given the life of both of those.
Damon pits.
Let's see, will Damon leave the pits, I wonder? Always worth leaving the pits in Baku. Let's see. Closest on track is this at the moment. So you've got 10-10 Top Gun deflated. 10-10 looks like it's possibly fell a little bit back into the clutches of Top Gun. Close for DRS for Top Gun on 10-10. Be a valuable defence tool for him, should he have that, to then try and fend off deflated coming down that main straight. Let's see what we can do. So
yeah, but 10-10's a rocket down the straight.
No DRS for Top Gun, so that will definitely help deflated as he comes on the way. Obviously for the next part as well, deflated might have a look into turn 3 down here. Looks close enough to be able to get there and have a look, but
yeah, Top Gun's batteries backlight's flashing.
Deflated probably still looked like he needed another 100 meters of straight there though.
No track limit penalties.
No track limit penalties at all. But by that same token, we have now got 4 drivers out, so track limit penalties are very, very different around here a lot of the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see, we've got yellow in sector 1 for Deton. Turn 3 again for Deton there, really. We'll keep with the battle for 9th here for now, because we've got Prev and that guy together on here.
I think this is the last lap where you can have a saved car.
Let's hope no one brings it out then. Or do, depending on your racing persuasion. But it's like Prev really sort of struggling on those soft tyres, but we'll get DRS back off of that guy. That guy obviously making quite an easy move into turn 16 now. As we're now through 19 and then 20 obviously on there. And Prev will take that position back under DRS. That guy will have a bit more life in those tyres and be able to brake a little bit later should he need to. I'm not going to chance it too much. I'm going to instead hold position. Deflated has taken Top Gun there, by the way. We're going to just follow that guy around. See exactly what we can do. Energy's on. Just put it. Ooh. A little bit of a naughty late move, I think, from Prev, that one. And to the outside then of 4. Both of them nearly in the wall there, that guy and Prev.
Just giving Greg a little bit of hope.
Could be a points paying position in it for him just yet.
Wow.
It did look a little bit dodgy, that move coming down to turn 3 from Prev. That guy into 7 has got him. Oh, tag there.
Playing a bit of ping pong.
A little tag into turn 8, or possibly. That's not where you want to be tagged at the best of times. You've got to be good to get a move down through into turn 7, and that guy is exactly that. He is good, and he has made that move to turn 7. Let's say everyone's kind of spaced out. Top Gun's in. Top Gun's in the pits. And he's retired. Okay, I can only assume there was damage to that.
Wow.
That is a big one.
That's such a shame.
Go from 6th place as well. That's a big move, that one.
I didn't see him get damage.
No, I know Deflator's been past him, so maybe in something to do with that.
It's a chance for Greg anyway to get a point.
So, yeah, so let's say Greg is up into 10th there, so beneficiary of whatever the heck that was. His car is still going around the track, by the way, in a desperate attempt to be classified.
I'll have to ask him that one.
Yeah, that's definitely a very odd one. Okay, so it's all spaced out a little bit now, so we're going to follow John for the final lap. Unless anything...
Smith throws out a spin.
Unless anything juicy happens, we'll see John through to the finish line on the next lap here. Final lap begins now.
Oh, he's crashed out. Oh, he's crashed out.
Oh. See, I haven't got a way to really see him now. That down at 5, that one.
Oh, you don't want to get DNF on the last lap.
No. No, all of that for 13th place in the DNF.
Unlucky for some.
Yeah, quickly becoming, if you finish, you'll get a point. we've got Damon and Detour missing out at the moment. So John really has held the second stint really quite well. The safety car played into his hands. Definitely there.
Yeah, you got a feel for Mr. Wiggles.
Absolutely.
He did everything right today.
He's had a good first stint, Wiggles, but ultimately powerless to defend against a lap newer hard tyre, or medium tyre there. It's deflated, gets the first track limits penalty of the day.
I said nothing.
It was almost so perfect as well.
Well, that's going to drop him behind Richard and Ross, I believe.
That's going to drop him nowhere at all, I don't think, because that's 3 seconds. Yeah, it's only 3 seconds, it'll be fine. So we have got John through to take the checkered flag.
Oh yeah, of course, 3.7.
P1 for him. Wiggles in P2. Joseph takes P3, final podium place, and 10-10 with a cracking recovery up to 4th. Deflated then comes in 5th, and Richard, even after Deflated's penalty, still a second behind in 6th. Ross takes 7th, higgledy-piggledy race from Ross, but he's ended up exactly where he started, just about. That guy takes 8th after what was a really promising first stint and a bit there from him. Had that mistake and came round. But that's still in 8th for him. Trev in 9th, and the other AlphaTauri, Greg, wrapping up the points paying positions in 10th. Beaton in 11th, and Damon taking 12th place to finish off on there. Listen to some fun facts as they come over the line. There we go. So there is that one. We are all over in the sprint weekend at Baku. Driver of the day, John, and I think that's not far off. Hard to deny that with that second stint.
The second stint was great. I think in general the harder tyre was better than the medium.
Definitely seemed to be a better option.
Yeah.
Overall.
Mr. Wiggles was going along really nicely, and then the safety car came out at the wrong time for him.
It's just a lap after he'd pitted initially as well.
It's a chance you take starting on the medium though.
It definitely is. It's
unfortunate.
It is unfortunate that at the same time, obviously without that moment or two, obviously that could have then ended up so much better, but and there we go. We are sorted with that one. So for the whole weekend, obviously John ends up taking the most points, obviously with the victory there. Wiggles taking second, victory in the sprint, but failing to score obviously maximum points on feature.
Yeah, extends his lead in the championship by a few points.
So yeah, let's say it's good. Obviously in the feature race we had there, obviously John, Wiggles and Joseph were your top 3, and we were retired below 12th place basically. So it was a funny old race, that one. Lots and lots of retirements generally in there.
But I'd say great level of racing, especially on the restart. Very clean racing.
Absolutely. I think the first race start to begin with was something that you've never seen before. Very, very clean from everyone. Even if I did say it was a little bit boring. But no, from the neutral's perspective, we want you to crash, you know? No.
Yeah. We got that. We've got Sundays left for it.
But
hopefully you can produce the goods.
Absolutely. No, I'd say brilliant racing kind of, in here, and we'll do it all again next week with no assists here in Miami.
Yeah, I look forward to that.
So that will be our second game in which we've had Miami. Looking then at that one on the 8th is our next round with no assists here. Of course, before then as well, we've got another couple of rounds of Baku to go. Sprint race obviously for AT1 on Thursday, and then AT2 this coming Sunday, the 6th there as well. Okay.
Yep, a lot of drama awaits.
So certainly does. It always does on the Baku weekends. Still got a lot more to see through on the no assist tier championship as well. Obviously, Wiggles with another decent weekend there. As Paj said, extending the lead in the championship. Let's see whether he can keep hold of that in Miami. Okay, thank you everyone for watching tonight.
Thank you everyone. Bye bye.
And we'll see you all next week.